When you are 21, 22, it's very rare to see this ambition.
My biggest concern is to make sure that the event flows very smoothly from an attendee perspective.
I think that started as a joke turned out to be a very serious event.
What is happening in the AI field?
I'd like to, challenge you here on this.
People just spend time on their phone.
Help people fight with this fear of
One panel, one workshop, and one demo. And these are all the things that I will need to know as a travel industry expert.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Prime View. Today I'm delighted to welcome Adam Hruska, who is co-founder of AI Summit Barcelona. Adam, thank you so much for joining me today. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Dan.
Great. So Adam, how is Barcelona? I do miss the city. It's been a while since I've visited it, but yeah, how is it?
It's very warm these days. We're getting a lot of tourists. It's very active. So if you walk on the streets, sometimes you can struggle to go even to the supermarket. Summer season. Actually, the Catalan people are going out of the city for summer because of these reasons. But it's still a good place to work from.
Good. I know that Barcelona is like locals were not particularly happy about the tourists. They would do this with a squirt, I don't know how you call this, guns, making sure that people don't visit. I hope it's not the case this year.
It's okay. It's not the case. Not yet.
Fantastic. Great. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. The first question is about you. You are a very young person who had this ambition to start one of the biggest AI events in Europe. I believe you started last year, so this year it's the second edition. Last year it was the first one, and from my perspective, from the height of my age, I'm just thinking when you are 21, 22, it's very rare to see this ambition. Mostly people will go hang out with friends, to some parties, but you got and implemented something really huge and internationally impactful. Tell us, what was the reason behind that? What was your decision process like?
Well, we started, this all started as a joke. We've been running a travel agency with my associate Tanguy for the past 3 years, bringing in students and companies from France to Barcelona mainly. The start of the AI Summit was brought by one of our associates, Guillaume, who's the president of the French Tech. He told us in last June, "Hey guys, we're basically in the same office." He told us, "Hey guys, just help us out with this AI Summit and let's make it big somehow." We stepped in with my associate Tanguy, who is also 22, last year in June to the summit. The ambition was to gather 300 to 400 people, make a small event with a few panels, a few keynotes, and that would be it. Well, it turned out that we had a much bigger ambition. We looked at other AI events across Europe, and we said to ourselves, well, let's make this big. So we outreach to all the speakers in those events, outreach to all those communities, all those people with very big voices in the AI sphere, and we told them to come to Barcelona for what was going to be the biggest AI summit in the city. And it turned out that our ambition, our idea was true. The people actually came, and we got to almost 1,500 people, which is where we realized that there was a very big business to build around this event. And this year, we're already becoming the biggest AI event in this country with 10,000 people to announce.
That sounds, like amazing story, right? Something that started as a joke turned out to be a very serious event. I know that this year you are backed by the, I don't know how you call this, but like Catalonian government. There are like serious sponsors. So it's not something, like a students' playground. It's something that turned out to be quite serious. As you mentioned, last year you were expecting maybe a couple of hundred people, but over 1,500 have turned up to the event. It's a big, kind of change. What was the lesson that you learned from last year that you are trying maybe to implement differently this year? What did you learn?
I think it's a lot about preparation this year. Last year, we built the entire event in 3 months, more or less, with a very small team. There was only 4 to 5 people working on it maximum by the end, which was really few. And there was a lot of details that we forgot, a lot of management of big groups of people, of what we didn't do was to really place ourselves in the head of general attendee, to try to experience the day as he would, and to try to see where would be the pain points. This year we have a team that's with more than 15, 20 people, getting every day into that attendee position, trying to understand what someone might want, what someone might not want at some event, and try to see where we can optimize the whole event, the whole structure, the whole flow of the event, so that it is a good experience for everybody.
Yeah, that's a great perspective. Look at the event from the side of the attendee. It's probably something unique, not from the perspective of the speakers, of the exhibitors, but from the attendee perspective. And so, what is it that you're going to make different? Like from your perspective, can you name a few things that you will tackle while already building your event?
Yeah, so our event will be very interactive and experiential. Interactive because we have a very content-first approach, trying to create a different event for every single person that arrives through 7 big tracks, basically going from AI for Builders, AI for Tech, all the way to AI for Good, AI for Tomorrow, or even AI for Growth, trying to tackle all the topics that are really talked about today around AI. The idea is that each of these tracks creates big segment, a big path to be gone on during the entire 2 days of the event. So basically, if I am more a developer and interested by AI for Tech, I will know that I will have to go to that workshop at 10 o'clock, then to this demo at 11, then to that keynote at 12. And this will create a flow, a proper event inside the event only for me, very customized. So this means that everyone will find their own talks and their own topics to attend to and to really enjoy during the event. And then the other angle is that we're building it very experientially, trying to bring something that's very new, very uncommon in those events. The idea is that we don't organize it in a traditional venue, in a traditional congress hall, but the World Trade Center of Barcelona, which is right next to the sea. So this building features office spaces, big outside areas, big sea views, and there's also this big part of the docks that will also be privatized during the event. We want to create something that is very different. We will have boats, we will have yachts for the AI Summit. We'll have some nice terraces with the sea view. We'll have a big after party, but we'll also have a big experiential area in which, instead of having traditional booths with just some salespeople selling their pitch to potential customers, we'll have exhibitors actively showing up what they're doing at the company. We'll have HP showcasing how they quantize their AI models inside their computers so it can be accessible to the general public. We'll even have some activations such as a boxing stand where people will be able to do boxing, and this will be recorded with a camera, and an AI will be analyzing how they are performing with their movement and ranking them on the top 100 of all the people that tried. So everything related to AI can get more experiential, it can get fun as well for the people, and this is the angle we're trying to explore, so the event is pleasant for the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are great points. And I know that your tagline is Beyond Theory, AI in Action, right? So, because what we see, there are a lot of discussions, there is a lot of, commitment, but not so much we can see in implementation. So, what specifically you're pushing at your event to deliver to this promise beyond theory, AI in action? Is this like small showcases where you will have analyzing a boxer's movements, or does it go beyond it?
It goes much beyond. It goes much beyond because we are creating some really real use case applications on stage that other events don't do. We'll have a whole stage dedicated to demos, which will be only live demo products of basically products being demonstrated in front of a stage to showcase how it could be implemented inside the company. We'll have 2 workshop areas where there'll be a total of 16 workshops running in the 2 days to really it showcased how AI is implemented into different sectors, ranging from creating your own go-to-market agent all the way to how enterprises can be better in adoption, or even in AI for good, how to use AI for personal wellness. So the topics will be very broad on that side, but we also have a stage dedicated to use cases on the main stage. A whole afternoon of just having big companies showcasing how they implement AI along with their providers on stage to showcase to people what is really happening inside those big corporations in a very concrete way without talking about just the corporate vision or the future of AI as a whole.
Yeah, that is powerful. And so I'm just wondering, this past year I made myself attend different events here in UK, also in Milan AI Week. Just came back from GITEX AI in Berlin. So there are lots of different events across Europe and I believe across the globe dedicated to artificial intelligence. So why do you think we need another event in Barcelona? What makes it special beyond what you already mentioned? Wouldn't it be maybe more productive to join a different event that is already there rather than, bringing that whole new community to the city?
I think the world doesn't need another AI Congress, but it needs a very different one. And this joins my point of creating an experiential atmosphere and something that's very interactive for the audience. Because what we're building here is not just another AI conference, it's a much different model that will see itself growing a lot in the next year. Look at, for example, the Slush conference in Helsinki. They're building it in a very different format than any other one, having it very exclusive, but also focusing on those experiences and those immersive formats that really draw the audience. So this is exactly where we want to position ourselves. And why Barcelona? Well, the city is already half of the sales. Basically, if you go to someone and say, hey, come to Barcelona for the AI Summit, well, you just say Barcelona and you have already half of the people interested to join. I think it's a very natural synergy between a city that you can see right behind me that is already very attractive to the people as it is, and adding up on top a very good conference with very good contents and a very big experiential angle.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Barcelona, I like how you put it that mentioning Barcelona is already half of the sale. So are you saying that it was quite easy for you to persuade people to come to Barcelona to to build a speakers pool, also the exhibitors pool? On what stage are you currently on?
Well, now we got into the breaking point where it's we now get tons of inbound requests and we just have to filter up. In the beginning, I wouldn't say it was easy. It was helping me to tell to speakers, to tell to people that to come to Barcelona, to come and enjoy this event, to come out to speak. It is a strong argument, but still there is a lot of work behind and nothing is easy at this stage. But it became easier and easier as we went because we accumulated a lot of traction around communities talking about us, the people buying their tickets, sponsors confirming attendance, speakers doing so as well. So it became easier, and then we got to a breaking point about 1.5 months ago, where we just started to have tons of inbound requests, and we just couldn't manage them anymore. Which is why today people are reaching to us about coming instead of the other way around. So it was complicated in the beginning. The Barcelona argument helped, but now then it became the other way around.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have, so having all these requests coming in your inbox rather than trying to attract attendees, also exhibitors and speakers. So you've done tremendous job. What is it that still keeps you up at night? Is there anything? Because we all can imagine the scale of tasks that you're dealing with. Sometimes organizing a simple webinar with maybe, I don't know, 50, 60 attendees can be grueling and take, ping pong emailing for weeks. What is it that gives you a really hard time in this organizational process?
I think on that angle, my biggest concern is to make sure that the event flows very smoothly from an attendee perspective. We want the access to each stage to be very well done, to a very clear presentation online or on the application about what the talk is going to be about, and how basically people can attend for who it should be. I think this whole management of people is not an easy job. It's not an easy task. People have their preferences, their needs, their wants, and each of them wants a specific thing. While we're trying to have an event that is very curated, it becomes a very big, it still is a very big challenge for us to build something that will be pleasant to everyone. We can't guarantee 100% success on that angle. We know that we'll have some people that might not be happy about some details that might happen. But we want to build an event that is that really resonates with everybody, so that the experience runs smoothly, and we're doing our best to do so.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure that, that making sure that everybody is happy is a rather impossible task, right? The people, they have different wants, needs, and requirement. Your task would probably be to maintain certain level of expectation and delivering on it. What I'm curious on is, how do you actually measure success of the event? Is this in terms of attendance, or there is more tangible result that you hope people will take away from this summit?
I think it's very easy. There's two metrics. The first one being the general, looking at the crowd, the general face expressions at people's faces. This is one thing. At successful events, you'll see that people are very happy with what they have, not moving around, not asking too many questions, just enjoying the thing as it is, and really staying for a long time. So I think having a lot of people that stay and that actually don't do any kind of complaints or that look happy with what they have it is a subjective metric, but it kind of determines how an event looks like as a whole. It is very linked to the attendee, to the number of attendees. If you have a room, you must have this room filled up, otherwise the event looks empty, and this is pure failure. So having a lot of people that enjoy the event and that look like they enjoy the event is a very good metric. And then on the other side, it's about negative complaints. Basically, when you're doing events, you always have negative complaints. You always have people saying that something went wrong. And the idea is to have as few as possible of them. If we only have so few, then we'll be happy. It's about percentages. If we know there's only 5 or 10 bad things that happened during the event, we know we had a very successful event, because 5 or 10 bad things on 10,000 people is a very good percentage. So this for me would be the most important metric.
Okay, I'd like to, challenge you here on this. Yeah, I believe that the methods that you have identified are important because you want people attend. A room should be filled. It means that you brought interesting speakers. It means the topics that are raised are interesting. People are happy. They are smiling. They're enjoying their time. What is it that, because you, instead of having a AI summit, you could have had a nice party with, I don't know, martini. You would see rooms filled in, people happy, no complaints. Why does it have to be about AI? What are the conclusions that people, or, the outcomes? Is it that people take with themselves, rather than, hey, I have a great time, I met great people? What does it make about AI?
I think it is a lot about educating people. Our mission here, because we are on a mission, is to really showcase what is happening in the AI field, how it will affect the people, and what they should do moving forward. We have taken this step of really trying to educate and really try to showcase and really trying to share some knowledge on this new revolution that we're coming in, because we are lucky to be in the middle of all of this and to speak with all the main actors shaping this revolution and really trying to transmit this information. This is where other events don't get it, trying to just make a big commercial fluff of just sponsors presenting their products and just sending over the payment link. We're trying to showcase what actually happens. So when someone comes into the event, we want them to really come with a learning mindset, having their computers open, their minds open, their notebooks open, so that when they can get out, they know exactly where they can position themselves in AI, regardless of the industry, and what they could do the day after to be more efficient and to be more on the agenda with the news, with everything that's happening in AI. Today we have a big fear of missing out. People know that things are happening, but don't know exactly where to start, how to start, who to speak with. I believe this event, even more than just sharing knowledge, will also be a place where those people could meet together and find some synergies and help each other to grow in this new revolution. the main subtrack that we're exploring, because building the agenda, I'm seeing how many speakers want to talk about certain topics. The main one is the future of work, because people are now uncertain about what will be happening in the future with all these AI systems coming up, with all those companies announcing a lot of layoffs because of AI automations. People want to know what will happen, where they could see themselves in 5, in 10 years. We have a big amount of people from the Gen Z, from my own generation, that just don't know what their life is going to look like in 2-3 years after they're going to have their diploma, after they're going to graduate, have those very prestigious schools. Well, they still don't know if the job they're graduating for will even exist at that time. And what we need there is to reassure people, show them what is possible, what is not possible, what is the realistic time frame, and what they should do. I think this whole mission of really showcasing what's happening and kind of putting light on a dark spot is what will make this event unforgettable and very valuable for the audience.
Love it. Okay. I like 2 points where you say that, putting a spotlight on something that is not quite clear, right, gives us maybe some anxiety, right, about the future, how to move forward. And also, you really rightfully pointed out about this fear of missing out. We know that there are a lot of it happening, and we probably cannot even grasp the scale of the shift in technology and also that AI brings to every industry. Do you think that AI Summit Barcelona can actually help people fight with this fear of missing out, or it actually can amplify it? Because from my experience, when I go to all these big events of like thousands of people, multiple streams, and you cannot actually, being a single person, kind of grasp the scale of what is happening and also make sure that you are making the right conclusions. How are you going to help people address these concerns?
I think here the answer is easy. It's all about structure, bringing structure where there is none, and really trying to go into every industry in detail. We have 7 tracks on the summit, as I mentioned, and each of these tracks has an average around 7 sub-tracks, which means that that's already around 50 topics to be addressed. So if I know that there is one topic that I am interested in, I know that I will have to choose from one of those 50 that my topic will be there, and I will know which talk to go to address a specific topic. This puts a lot of filtering somewhere where you can hear a lot of noise and a lot of fluff and a lot of new innovations. Well, if I'm into AI and the travel industry, I know I should go in the AI and travel industry subtrack, which will feature one panel, one workshop, and one demo. And these are all the things that I will need to know as a travel industry expert. And this is where we want everyone to have their own experience at the summit and everyone to have their own content so that they don't listen to anything that is just noise and that is just not adapted to them, but really focus only on the contents that happen to them and that are important.
Okay, so people need to be focused and figure out while you will be publishing agenda, everyone should be able taking the time and identify what is their field of interest, pinpoint, pin whatever topic is interested in, making sure that they are focused on these topics rather than trying to grasp the entirety of the event.
Exactly. And this will be made even easier with our own AI systems that will be able to filter this out for you. Basically, when the attendees will come to the event, they will be able to answer a few questions on their phone about their interests, about what they would like to explore, and then our AI will just build up the program for them. And this is the whole beauty of it, using AI to try to teach how to use AI to people.
Okay, love it. So it's something new. So you're going to introduce an app, and this app will help you build a customized kind of agenda based on your interest, based on the answers it's going to receive. Can you maybe elaborate a little bit more? Like, have you already built this system? Or
Yes, yes. It is now in staging. So we have this app being created by our amazing developer team. Here the idea is to give something new, something more fresh, because we know that all those events always rely on one or two app providers that get very standardized and that are just here for functional reasons. We want something to go deeper, to go with powered by AI, something that is also more interesting to people and they can actually like connect with each other, try to see their angles of interest, really map out the entire environment and really go very deeply into the event, because, well, we're in 2026, and at an event, people just spend time on their phone. So we just want to use this time to transmit the right information to the people so that they can enjoy the event fully.
Yeah, that is a great kind of usage of the technology, right? Immediate implication at this summit. Great. So Adam, I ran out of questions based specifically for this AI summit in Barcelona. What I would be maybe your my last question would be if you could give an advice to all those planning to attend the summit, what that advice would be, and why.
I think that advice would be on focusing on what they want to get from the summit. When you come to a conference, you always get lost very easily when you don't know exactly why you came here. So if you already have an idea of what you came to learn, who you came to see, and what you want to take out at the end, you'll have a much clearer view of how to get there and how to navigate through the conference to get to your goals. So really trying to study the agenda, have a look at the speakers, have a look at the sponsors that will be there participating, have a look at all the areas. We already help only for 15 minutes. It could be even 10-15 minutes. Just looking up at the entire event will make you this will make you spare hours at the event and understand better all the stakes so that you can go out with a better outcome.
Yeah, that's a great advice. Thank you so much for sharing that. And on that note, I want to thank you for your time and really looking forward to meeting you in person in Barcelona at AI Summit in September.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Dana.